of Malaysian Education Blueprint. First, the target of MEB. The next one is 6 key attributes needed by every student to be globally competitive. The last one is 5 system aspirations for the Malaysian education system. Let's move to the overview of curriculum in Malaysia. There are 3 dimensions of curriculum, which includes written, taught, and examined. The curricula used in primary schools are KPSR and KSSR, while KPSM and KSSM is used in secondary schools. Now, let's take a look at the difference between KPSR and KSSR. The aim of KPSR is to enhance the mastery of 3R, while KSSR aims to enhance mastery of 4R. KPSR has 3 pillars, while KSSR has 6. Curriculum of KPSR is based on learning outcomes, while KSSR is based on content and learning standards. And last one, the assessment type of KPSR is national examination only, while KSSR has national examination and school-based assessment. Next one is the difference between KPSM and KSSM. KPSM has 3 pillars, while KSSM has 6. Curriculum document for KPSM is syllabus for lesson and description, while KSSM uses the SKP. Elements across curriculum are almost the same, except KSSM has additional elements. Pedagogy emphasis is almost the same as well, but KSSM has additional elements too. The last one, the assessment type for KPSM is summative and formative only, while KSSM uses assessment of the SKP.
From the first subtopic, you already learned about MEB. Also, through the video attached, you already learned about 4 Cs. Moving on to the second subtopic, you will learn tidbits on how MEB emphasizes the 4 Cs of 21st century skills. Through these slides, you will be able to understand the interconnection between them, and you will also be able to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of MEB in fulfilling the 4 Cs. Strength 1. Bilingual proficiency in MEB, which includes Bahasa Malaysia and English language, through its third shift aims to enhance communication between the multiracial society in Malaysia. Strength 2. MEB, through its fourth shifts, aim to build leadership and ethics among students, which will allow them to graduate from school as a global citizen with good critical thinking, collaboration, and communication skills.
Next, we're going to discuss the relationship between unity that have been promoted by the MEB with collaboration and communication skills from the 4 Cs of 21st century skills. We will see how the 2 skills help teachers and students build unity among them, and we will be amazed by the benefits that they can offer in Malaysian context because, as we know, we're special. We have a multicultural society, and that make it more challenging and interesting. We will also discuss about how MEB will achieve its plan, which is to develop students' thinking skills. When talking about this, 2 main things that will come to our mind are critical and creative thinking skills, and these 2 are also included in the 4 Cs of 21st century skills. To realize its plan, Malaysia has done many efforts to incorporate HAD's elements in our school curriculum and learning process. For example, we can see from this analysis of SPM in 2019, the percentage of HAD's questions were gradually increasing, and 50% of SPM questions in 2021 were HAD's. And these are the results from SPM in 2019 for HAD's questions.
However, the increasing criminal issues among students seem to reflect the weaknesses of implementation in MEB. As you can see here, between January to October 2020, 538 criminal cases were recorded. And as you can see here, these are some articles of criminal cases in 2021 involving students.
Even though we have incorporated HOTS elements in the curriculum, we are still struggling to perform well in the international assessments. We did have improvements compared to when we first started. However, the reality is we are still far behind in other countries. Based on the result of PISA in 2018, we are still below the average result for reading, science and mathematics. If we are aiming to be globally competent, more effort and better strategies should be made.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm AUNI NABILAH binti AHMAD BAKHORY will present on 5 current issues of national education based on the blueprint. Firstly, education politicized will lead to poor executions and frequent changes in policies depending on the current political and administrative considerations. Second, discrimination hinders unity. The practices of discriminative policies in areas of politics, society, and economics by the government will hinder unity and at the same time will affect the quality of our national education system in the future. The third issue is unequal distribution of education resources cause a serious disparity between the level of development between different streams of schools due to the differences of budget allocation and facilities. Because of this, some schools, especially the schools that are located in the rural areas, did not receive their fair share of education resource to fulfill their duty of national education. Next, PBS is full of loopholes because the requirements of the PBS is not the same as our syllabus, as it takes a lot of effort to complete the instruments for each subject, and every student must meet the standards that have set by the government. Other than that, PBS requires the teachers to bear the dual role, which are the role of educator and the role of examiner to perform this PBS assessment. And then, the last issue is exam questions testing higher level thinking skills. Exam questions testing higher level thinking skills are difficult to set and could take up a lot of manpower and time, especially subjective questions, because the answers of these hot questions can be too wide. When it is too wide, it will be very difficult to mark and lack objectivity. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Now, let's continue to the last subtopic, and we will discuss about solution for the current issue that occurs Malaysian curriculum. There are some issues regarding the vision and aspiration of national education that explained in the previous slide. So, in addressing this problem, 3 solutions have been proposed. The first one is implement fair and equal education law and policies, clarify the objective of national education, and localize education objective. And suggestion 2 is to address the issue in examination and assessment. The first one is re-examine and restructure the PBS system. PBS is implemented by subject teachers continuously during teaching and learning process. It is also a holistic assessment that assesses the cognitive, affective and psychomotor aspect. But there are issues where people doubt its effectiveness. Then to address the issue, we need to regularly supervise the teaching activities in school, provide teachers with training of assessment, reduce standard tests, and class should be controlled below 25 students. Next, the implementation of high-order thinking skill in assessment begins with students being exposed to hot questions in national level assessment, namely central assessment and international level assessment. Students in Malaysia have not yet mastered high-order thinking skill well due to the low math achievement score of nation students in international assessment such as PISA and TIM. Thus, to address the issue, we need to improve this skill in everyday lesson by build quality question bank, pay attention to both quality and quantity, systematically enhance teacher skill in teaching thinking skill, and ensure teachers participate in course on setting higher level thinking question. And that's all from me. Thank you.